Hello, welcome to Tuesday's Math. We are in topic 12, measuring length. And I know some of you have been looking forward to this unit because you thought this might be a little bit easier than the ones that we've just completed. And you might be right. If nothing else, it is very usable in everyday life, which, obviously we all can get excited about something that we're going to use forever. So you have some vocab cards. So if you would open your math book to page 689, you're going to see it's purple, and that's how you know it's vocab cards. So here are the words that you need to know for this unit. Estimate, yard, length, foot, height, meter, centimeter, nearest centimeter, and inch. And we are going to be doing some measuring throughout this, but part of it is using estimate. Now you've heard that word before, and you do estimating all the time. Maybe you just haven't thought about it in this way. But if I asked you, could you estimate how long my straw is? You could use inches, you could use centimeters, you could use any standard unit of measurement. So I think we've had a chat before about how it probably wouldn't be a good idea to use something that is a different size than somebody else's. Like some of you might have a pencil that is really tiny that you like to use, but some of you have a full-size pencil. So if I just said use your pencil to measure, you would come up with all different answers to measure this. So using a standard way of measuring is helpful because it makes us all come up with the same number. And that's especially helpful when you're talking about measuring across different cultures. So a little bit of trivia. The United States is one of only 3 countries to use the type of measurement that is a foot or an inch, which is a standard unit. It's one of only 3 countries that continue to use this. Everybody else uses the metric system around the world. The metric system is what we're going to use when we talk about the meter and the centimeter. So we get both in this unit. Isn't that interesting? So here's your bonus. This is like extra credit. See if you can figure out which other 2 countries around the world use the same measuring system as the United States. Remember I said there's 2 others. See if you can figure it out. Okay, so once you are done with the vocab cards, so those are the purple cards, and you can go there and you can match up the definitions with the words. Go ahead and do that. Then you're turning to estimating length. An estimate is just a really good guess. So if I asked you to estimate the length of my straw again, and you said something like 100 inches, I would assume you didn't know what an inch is. Some people say that for someone your age, an inch is about the same size as your thumb. And for someone my age, it's about the same space is right here in between these 2 knuckles here. So if I use that as my handy dandy measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is about 7. Now if I estimated first without using my special measurer, then maybe I would come up with a different answer. But your estimate is really just a guess, okay? But that's way far out from 100. Like I wouldn't say 100 for this. This is a hard skill, and some of you will find that if you don't have really strong visual skills, this will be a harder thing to do in this unit. So if you are somebody that is super good at puzzles, this will probably be okay for you. But if you struggle with puzzles and it's not your thing, this might be harder. Okay, so don't worry, we're going to learn how to use some of the tools, and estimating is something that you get better at when you get older. Okay, so don't freak out on me. All right, estimating length. I'm on page 693 in your textbook. It says your thumb is about 1 inch long. Hey, there it is. Use your thumb to find 3 objects that are about 1 inch long. Draw the objects. And then it says from your elbow to your fingers is about 1 foot. Use this part of your arm to find 3 objects that are about 1 foot long and draw the objects. Well, that just sounds like plain fun to me. So you get to do that on this page, and then you will notice that it tells you later in the independent practice that a paper clip is about a certain space long, and you know what? I'm going to tell you it's about 1 inch. It's about the same space that I have right here, or about the size of your thumb, right? Yeah. So a paper clip, if you can envision that, or if you want to use that in your house to be able to measure, is about 1 inch. Okay, so today you're doing that, and then you're going to skip 12-2. Don't do it. Go right to 12-3, and I'll tell you why. Because in 12-3, you get some more. You get some inches, you get feet and yards, okay? Now, it says 1 foot is 12 inches long. So you can't think of your foot like your foot. You can't think of your foot, okay? Not that foot. It's a measurement. If you had a foot that was 12 inches long, then you could use that. And maybe you do. Maybe you should find out if you actually have a foot on your body that is actually 12 inches long. So remember, paper clip. Or you'll notice also in your math folder that I put an attachment. There's a file there where you can open up some rulers. So if you have a color printer, they'll print pretty in color, but I don't. I just have black and white. So this is what they look like. Okay? When you go to measure using this tool, you need to start over here on this dark line right here. Don't start with the end here. Let me show you what I mean. So if I wanted to measure this sticky note, I can't start over here measuring on the side. I have to move my sticky note to right here to be able to measure my sticky note. Okay? And you see how I did that? I just lined it up like so. There we go. That's how I would do it. And it asks you to estimate in here for feet and yards. Now it tells you in here, there's a cool hint that I like, and I'm going to tell you it right now, that a baseball bat is about 1 yard. So Cameron, if you're listening, I know you're a big baseball fan, and Brady is too. A baseball bat is about 1 yard. It's about 3 feet. Okay, so that would also be 36 inches. I just did a lot of math in my head right there. 1 yard is 3 feet, which equals about a baseball bat. So if that helps you to be able to make a judgment or an estimate, then use it, okay? In 12-4, you're going to do some of this work. Like I said, don't do every problem. That would be a lot to do every problem, okay? So 12-3 and 12-4, that's where you are going to practice using these measurements. You're going to do inches, you're going to do feet, and you're going to do yards. Now, a quick look, and I know I'm going to meet some of you for a math meet soon, but just a quick look at something on page 713, 714. You see those? Okay, this is your independent practice. You'll notice that it says you have to put about how many feet you think something is and about how many yards, and which one would it be? Would it be fewer feet or fewer yards? Well, it's going to be fewer of whatever measurement is bigger, if that makes sense. I think it'll make sense if you have an adult check it for you, okay? But that window in number 4, it says about blank feet and about blank yards. Okay, so feet are smaller measurement than yards are, which means if something is, let's say it's 3 feet, it's only 1 yard because it takes 3 of those to equal 1 yard. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And if it doesn't, you need to let me know so we can work one-on-one, because I wouldn't mind doing that. I think it would be super fun. Okay? Tune in tomorrow. We'll do some more.